Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to an installment of, Spa Day Light. Sometimes rigs that aren't built by the Canyon, they come to stay at the Canyon for a little while. Sometimes a little while, sometimes more than a little while. This one right here, straight from Zoku himself. Zoku chassis with the skid built for VFD, so not twin. So if I had to say this was something, I would say this was a Zoku Vanquish. I can't call this a Fordyce, right? Just because we've got a VFD, it's certainly not a Pro or an Ultra. We got the F10Ts in that what I call a champagne-y color, that limited edition color. DravTech's Rhino V80. There's a Holmes Snubnose 1800 Shift RC servo. We got the big deluxe fab monster weights there in the front. This thing is pretty trim. It's not a super heavy boy. We have it sort of taken apart so that we can see what's going on before we put it together. I have puttered it around a little bit on the floor. It went through a very light iteration of the Spa Day. When you come to the Canyon Spa, it got its speed control adjusted. It got a full going through with our good buddy Dry Slide so that we got no squeaks. It's a quiet little thing. It's a quiet little thing. Running on a Vanquish VT1, and I guess some people just don't name the Mojave 2-door. Come on. We got to get a little more creative than that. And a little bit of smooth on the spur. So we try to get that thing down real quiet. So as we're going to take this thing out and run it through its paces and see how the other half lives, there are a lot of parts on here that I would absolutely buy. And then there are parts on here which I would not. These are too expensive for me. That motor is also similarly too expensive for me. I did say Snubnose 1800. I did. So I did a going through, and in the going through, it went on the scales. This vehicle is fitted with a very pleasant-looking RC four-wheel drive Mojave. So this is hard body, as you can see. We got the tuck in the front. Runs cab only, obviously. Nice little patina job on there. Looks very good. Mounts just like RC four-wheel drive style, 4 pins. So we got no body pins. Very nice. We, of course, have 1.9 ruptures on these expensive wheels. 3D printed in there. So we're already starting off on, you better watch out. Because we know we're going to get some capability out of these things. As outfitted, so Tattoo 850 3S, little baby running in there, and the body installed RTR 6.05 pounds, just a mere hair above 6 pounds, which, considering that this is ABS, and it is not remarkably heavy, I would say that a Phoenix cab weighs more than this gentleman here. So it's not taking putting on the tire helps. It is not taking a tremendous weight penalty for running that Mojave cab. It has a 325 millimeter wheelbase. It has a track width of 242 millimeters, which is pretty competition narrow. That's pretty narrow. That's 242 is what, 9.5? Right about 9.5. A hair under 9.5. So pretty narrow. And with that 325 wheelbase, I don't think the ruptures really look out of scale. They look pretty much right. Oh, yes, we did weight front up, we did weight rear up. We do both to do the balancing and to achieve, well, not achieve, so that we can know cross weights and we can know fore to aft weight split, so that we can know Let's, yeah, there we go. So, 3.8 pounds on the front axle, 2.25 on the rear axle when level. 3.8. I didn't calculate this. Divided by 6.05. 63. So this thing is 63.37. That is significantly front biased. The cross weights, oddly, were all over the place. Cross weight is brought to us by taking the weight of this tire and the weight of this tire, adding those two weights together, and dividing them by the total weight of the vehicle. So while sitting static and level as it is right now, it has a cross weight of 52.6%. This tire is very light, and this tire is very heavy. So the weights are, no, I'm sorry, this tire is very heavy. Yes. Almost 2 pounds on that tire. But when we go to front up, we scale it like this, and we go to rear up, and we scale it like this. It gets much better. Front up, 50.1% cross weight, and rear up was 50.7. I like to stay within 1%, and we will forgive that static weight distribution because it really isn't that. Like, we're not worried about static weight. The front up and rear up are much more important than the level cross weights. And I think most important of all, because this thing is effectively belly dragon, if you will see the bolts through the beadlock ring, you see they're pretty big guys. If you look right there, the line that is right under the bolt, when this thing is sitting level, that's the CG on this. Generally, if you're running like a 465, you'll get your CGH below the top of the tire. This is almost below the lip of the beadlock ring. It's about 2 millimeters away from being below the lip. So the CG on this is very low. So again, if you were to throw just some sort of Lexan cab on there, like I think he's not a fan of creeps, but if a creep were going to go on here and you cut this creep down, this cab, as it sits right here, still with its window masks in place, weighs less than 3 ounces. So that CG would move down even more. Would I do it? Probably not. That body looks outstanding. That's a fantastic looking body. It looks really good. So I would just, there are those sacrifices for vanity, and I would just make that sacrifice. So a very low CG. I pointed out that here is 2.94 inches. So if you have a CGH under 3 inches, that is really low. That's really, really low. So I haven't done the thing. So we're gonna do the thing. We're gonna take it out and we're gonna try to view it objectively, and we're gonna say, what can a Zoku chassis for a VFD skid? I mean, it's clean. The setup is clean. It's got some expensive parts on it, man. But I don't tell other people how to spend their money. We'll see how it does. I mean, they're pretty wheels. I can't argue that. But I can probably get like 4 sets of beadlocks for the cost of those. So we're not going to hold that against him. We're going to take this guy out, which doesn't have a name. It just says Mojave 2 Doctor. So we'll take that. We'll take this gentleman out to the canyon, and we'll go around on the rocks, and we'll see if I can't knock the body off a couple times, because if I get near a hard body, like, it's usually a problem. So we're going to find out if it's a problem. This thing now, with it programmed, yeah, baby. How slow do you want to go? Oh, paint bucket on the loose. All right. Rocks. I don't know. On the drive from shop to rocks, I might be coming around to the VFD. Like, to me, the VFD doesn't make any sense, because I love dig. But after seeing that CG really low, and hearing just the quietness of this thing. Crossover, how far do we stay? Oh, yeah. This thing can drive for days. Honestly, if I were going to change something on it, it would be the shocks. Look how shiny they are. I mean, just pure cosmetics. Nothing but cosmetics. This thing needs gunmetal shocks. And this thing needs, or, oh my God, if the shocks matched the axles. Ooh, mama. Now, you know that you're working with something, you're working with something good when your concerns are, I don't think the shock matches the scheme of it enough. Like, if that's my complaint. My other complaint is VT1, this guy. And only for one reason. This thing needs a little bit of curve. The way that Holmes snub nose delivers power, like, I can get the real creep. Real nice, yeah. But if I'm in a position and I'm like, oh, I just need to hit a little reverse, this is one of those supercars of the 60s sort of things where that thing's not helping you out. It's going to give you all the throttle. So I would like to really tweak a brake curve and an expo curve on this. 20% underdrive is it's a goer, man. It's just gonna go. It does not feel on any level like it has a hard body on it at all. Zero. Honestly, I wouldn't change it. Yeah, there's that weight savings, but it does look so good. Also, just imagine the rails. Imagine those rails powder coated in like hard anno gray, or like a gunship gray, really dark gray, not black, like a really dark gray. Ooh, wow. Like, it's already foxy, right? But I feel like this thing could be unconscionably attractive. Yeah, if people will prescribe, oh, there's that, see? Snub noses, man. Same problem I had with the Yellow Jacket, the little 3523 Yellow Jacket. They're doing their very best, but it's never going to give you that electronic anchor. Aside from those moments right there, I don't notice it. The motor honestly feels really good. The breakover on this thing is far better than I would anticipate, because 325, that's in my neighborhood, that's where I like it, but it's low. This thing sits pretty low. Turning circle is honestly right about what I would expect, and a thing that, like, I mean, I always want dig. If dig is an option, if there's a checks box that says dig, no dig, I'm checking dig every time. Now, less than half the fleet has dig, so there are clearly times when I will choose no dig for whatever reasons. Yeah, like right there, that was a lot of load up there on the front. And that little motor, man, it gets it done. To a point where, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if we've fully shifted the paradigm. I don't know if I want to go to the point where I would say, I am willing to allow this little bit of back creep because the motor feels so very good. I don't know. I like it just stopped. Yeah, I have very minimal experience with hard bodies. Easy admission to make. Well, Blue has a hard body. I messed around with one of those Injora, fairly cheap Amazon Injora cabs. You know. Uh-oh. Come on. Hard bodies are a problem because, not that they're heavy for no reason. They're heavy because of what they are. And while I think we all make some sacrifices for vanity, however severe those sacrifices might be or whatever they might be, what a hardbody does is a bridge too far. It's a sacrifice that I'm generally not willing to make. This one, this rig, oh man, that was good. That was good. This rig has changed my mind about a lot of things. The Canyon will have a VFD build coming up. I need to clean up that VFD, make some new standoffs for it, get it cleaned up and set up, because we're going to do our very own VRD. And honestly, I think, speaking of the VRD, which we spoke about, if you've been following the continuity theme of the Canyon, we spoke about the VRD at some length recently, and I can't imagine a situation where the VRD would outperform this. I can't see it. I can't. Like, this gives you, is more the word that I'm looking for. This thing is, I mean, expectations are high when you set it down on the rock. You're like, oh, this is going to be good. But then it's really, really, really good. I mean, I have to keep reminding myself, because it is what it is. This is a Zoku Vanquish. Certainly, it's not a Fordyce, it's not a Phoenix, it's not a Pro, it's not an Ultra. Look how flat that is. I'm going to go the worst entry line. We'll get it loaded right down here. Ain't even care. That is phenomenal. I mean, did I mention 809? When I was inside, when we were inside together, did I say the number 809? That is the wheel tire combo weight, 809 grams. That's not remarkably high. Man, does it work. Man, does it work. Would I put brass rings in the wheels? I don't think that I would. Would I make some sort of effort to correct that static crossweight irregularity? No. Look how planted that is. That was steered to full lock, didn't want to move. It's got all the right weight in all the right places. It just does. This is well thought out. Might as well try to make it do what it was clearly built to do. Yeah, it's on a band tire. These tires are cheat codes. A rupture with a 3D printed insert in it is a cheat code. And rigs have had issues. Look at that. Look at how high up that is. That reposition was outstanding. Yeah, we got a brush on there, but could I have done it clean? Yeah, not a problem. Let's line this up. I think I can clear this topside gate. And this is not an easy gate, and I wish I was wearing a hat right now, because I am going to have to drive one hand and shade my eyes with my hand. Nice and slow. Yeah, this is a give to get. So, I need both hands. Look at that front end push back down. That's really so very good. Oh, the one-handedness is not working. I have procured a hat. So honestly, I want to go the hard way. Boy, howdy. If I can get that slider off, depends on how much that tire is going to push us out. man, that's good. That's really good. And I had talked to him before this got dropped off. I had talked to him before. If you've been on Instagram, this rig is a little Instagram famous. And Zoku had said that he regards this as one of the more capable builds that he's got, even with the hard body on it. And I was like, you know, skeptical face. No, but absolutely. It is a collaboration of components. I didn't do that right. And yeah, it is really well and truly very good. Can I push this over to this side enough? I just disengaged the body. But look, that's clean. That's clear. I think this thing could clear every gate in the 9. And I now realize why I'm getting the body off so easily now. Where the cab back mounts to the rest of the cab, there's usually screws that go into, I want to say, part of the interior. This obviously has no interior. So it's just 2 spots of JB weld on either side, what appears to me to be JB weld. I'm assuming it's JB weld. And one of the one on the passenger side has popped off. So the door can get real loose. And then if the body kind of binds up on anything, it just shucks the body. See, right here would be a winch or a dig moment. I want to move back just a hair, right? Nope. I said just a hair. I mean, yeah. Perhaps an instance where a little bit shorter of a wheelbase would help us out. Oh, I mean, it's a brush. I gotta build those gates. Do I not? Do I not need to build revision 2 of the canyon gates? Every gate that I've been through, it's never a situation of, oh, this and that would have made it. Like, if I could stand anywhere other than, I'm only like 10, 12 feet away right now, still. If I can look down over the top, I think this thing could put the lowest score up. Or at the very least, the lowest score that we've seen. Okay, I'm a little too high here. Or maybe I'm not. Those giant, no, I am. Those giant knuckle weights are doing a job of holding this front end down. Yeah, this is just straight up incorrect entry. And the body's off. For you see, there was just a little dab of JB weld there, and yeah, it's just not, yeah, right there. So there's just nothing holding it on now. As soon as I brush it in against anything, the body just falls off. So we'll take another more correct, proper style shot at this. A little shot at it. But it's just going to get worse with the shuck in the body. So I'm not here to break other people's stuff. Though, I mean, I guess that's part and parcel of the process. I seem to break other people's stuff all the time. So if I can get that to break over right there. Don't drop that cab down. Maybe a little too much counter steer there. I think it cleared it. I think it did a little magic snake hips shimmy around that. What? Hey you guy. Why are you so good? So we'll hit a spot here in conclusion, which has kind of become my point of verticality. Oh, that's strong. That's really strong. This is a sum of its parts situation. 3D printed in ruptures, the Zoku chassis, the F10Ts, That VFD, which is smooth as silky butter, there's nothing here. Some good reverse descending. There's nothing here that's not working. The shocks are too shiny, and if those rails were like hard ano, oh my God, it would be. What was the movie? It had it was Will Ferrell and Tina Fey, and Tina Fey works with Marky Mark, and Marky Mark's girlfriend is Gal Gadot. Oh no, it was Steve Carell and Tina Fey, and they go to the house to ask for help from Marky Mark, and Gal Gadot is there pre Wonder Woman, and Steve Carell makes a statement something along the lines of, your girlfriend is hotter than jet engine exhaust, something like that. And if this thing had shocks that matched the axles and a hard ano chassis, it would be hotter than a jet exhaust. Like you wouldn't be able to look. You would feel like you couldn't look directly at it. You'd be like, no, I have to look away. As it is now, it's a beautiful thing. I would not change that body. I'll put some more JB weld on it, but I wouldn't change it. I love the wheels. I kind of love everything about it. Like, I'm willing to forgive that. A little rollback, it's okay. It's fine. That if nothing else is tantamount. Could be a breakthrough. That could be a breakthrough, because to me the electronic anchor is all. I want go and stop. But that bleed is so little. That has to be VFD, right? We got to have that mechanical advantage. It's little enough that it is livable for sure. Yeah, this thing's real good. I have another rig that when I speak of it, the gentleman who owns it has mentioned before that he wants to leave it over here so he can get the same sort of drive test. That one will be interesting as well. That one's even a little more exotic than this one. So look forward to that coming up in the next week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, perhaps sometime here in 2023. Thank you for coming to the Canyon. Thank you all the members, the subscribers, the supporters of the Canyon, the people who are kind enough to send me things, to bring me things to test, to drop this off and say, hey, drive it and tell me what you think. And that, above all other things, has to be difficult, right? Because I operate on a Top Gear format here. If I don't like it, I don't like it. And I will get deep into the subjective trenches. But my problems with this are the shocks are too shiny. And if the problem I have with a vehicle, if the biggest issue I've got is that the shocks are too shiny, two horses got together and bred a winner. So thanks for dropping by the Canyon, everybody. Shout out to Zoku for dropping this off for me to tool around with. It's all content, baby. I will see you all in the next one, whatever comes next. Thank you all for dropping by the Canyon today. Ooh, nice little breeze picking up. It is a beautiful, beautiful morning. And I'm glad that you could be here with me, if only in spirit. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. In between now and then, please one and all do your very best to have a good one and better. We'll see you next time here from the Canyon. I'm going to do something super risky and drive out of frame when I can't see what's happening over there on the other side. I'll see you next time. Have a good one, everybody. Oof.